Hello, everyone. Welcome to tonight's meeting. Tonight, we are privileged to have one of our guests, Mrs. Lydia Mungai. She's the CEO of TEMBO SACCO. It's a very large SACCO in Kenya. We all know how SACCOs have improved the economy of Kenya, and especially during Mwai Kibaki's time, and also now President Ruto's time. They've actually helped to drive the middle class economy, because people are able to borrow, are able to invest their money on a monthly basis and also borrow 3 or 4 times the amount they've invested, and they've been able to put up flats, they've been able to purchase farms and houses. So we're very privileged to have one of the CEOs of one of the largest SACCOs in Kenya. It's a large growing SACCO, TEMBO SACCO. The first question for Lydia is, what are you doing here in the US? When did you arrive here in the US?
Thank you so much, Sam, and good evening, everyone. Very delighted to be here this day to educate you more about the SACCO. I came to US to attend a conference for credit unions. Credit unions are basically the SACCOs. And I've been here since 20th. I arrived on 20th. I've been in Boston attending that conference, which we did up to today, and we moved in to New York today. We are a big group from Kenya, and we are doing a few things together. So it's really a privilege to take advantage of your time zone to be able to talk to you.
Very good. Thank you. How many people did you come? How many people were you from Kenya at the conference? And also, can you give us a rundown summary of the conference? You know, what you learned, what we can also learn as people from the diaspora, and also what you can take home back in Kenya or Africa.
Thank you. Thank you, Sam. We had a delegation of almost like 70 Kenyans, drawn from different SACCOs and also apex bodies in Kenya that relates to the SACCOs. And I think for me, the big was the meeting had attendance from 69 countries.
Wow, okay.
From all over the world. And the biggest was to hear and get interactions from other people and hear what the SACCOs, or what they call credit unions in their area, like Brazil, they call them Sicredi, what they are actually doing for their people. And for me, that was very motivating, very, very motivating to see that the small things that we do, the little gathering of money from one person, and being able to put that money together and give people affordable credit, the impact it's having on communities is huge. It's really huge. And that made me feel so motivated to even try to reach out to our people who are in US.
Very good.
Yeah.
How different are you from the bank?
A SACCO is very different from the bank in that the customer is also the owner. Okay?
Yes.
So when you join a SACCO, usually you will contribute a certain amount of money. I know you are telling me to use the dollars. It's Kenya shillings, 20,000 to make it, to have that as your share capital. And then any other money that you contribute, I would want you to see a SACCO like a big, in Kenya, we call them shamas. Maybe you can identify with that.
Yes.
And so you belong. At the end of the day, we bring our money together, then we give you back that money multiplied. And we give you a number of times, a number of years to pay back. Now, the difference with the banks is that at the end of every year, we will look at, wow, we have made so much, 20, 70, $100 million. And we will sit and we take away all our expenses, and whatever remains, we share out. That is the biggest. You know, with the banks, you only read about the profit they have made.
Yes.
But for a SACCO, you don't only read about the profit, but you are part of the profit sharing. And that makes the biggest difference. The other one is that because of the nature, SACCOs are social in nature. They are socio-economic institutions. So it is they are so open. They are so open in terms of some can walk in and see the CEO of TEMBO SACCO any day, as long as she's not in a meeting. It is that open. You can imagine if you wanted to see the CEO of Stanchart or Cooperative Bank, it's almost impossible. But for a SACCO, you will come and say, I want to see the CEO, because you own the institution. And therefore, you can have things personalized so much to a level that even when you are far, even in diaspora, you feel that you are getting very personal services. And of course, the last one would be to say that SACCOs, they will give you credit at a much cheaper rate than the banks. Currently in Kenya, the rates prevailing in the bank industry is around, it's over 20%. I'm sure you might be aware of that.
Yep.
The SACCO will still give you at the 1% per month on a reducing balance, which is about 12%. So you can see that it's a huge difference from a bank.
Oh, very good. My other question is, could you tell us briefly about the history of TEMBO SACCO, how you began, and also how many SACCOs do you have in Kenya in total? How many other SACCOs are there?
Okay. Well, let me start by saying, in general, we have very many SACCOs in Kenya. I think we have almost about 3,000 and above. But out of the 3,000, there are only 186 regulated SACCOs. What do I mean? What I mean is that we have SACCOs that are not regulated, but we have other SACCOs which are huge and they've grown, and they are under a regulator. The same way the banks are regulated by Central Bank of Kenya, SACCOs of a certain level, of which TEMBO is among them, is regulated by what we call SACCO Societies Regulatory Authority, or SASRA. TEMBO SACCO is one of such SACCO. Under that, we have what we call the DT, or deposit taking SACCOs. And TEMBO SACCO happens to be one of the deposit taking SACCOs. It's one of the 86. And deposit taking SACCOs means we offer services which are similar to banks, though we are a credit union. So when you become our member, and especially if you're within our vicinity, you still be able to get our ATM cards. I am able to use my Visa card from the SACCO when I'm here in US. You still be able to get to do mobile money. You still deposit and withdraw money. You will still basically get all those services that you get from the bank. So that is basically the similarities between the bigger SACCOs and maybe the very small SACCOs. The fact that we are regulated means also that your money is safer, because the regulator looks at all those key parameters that are required in a healthy SACCO. What is your liquidity ratio? You know, how much money are you putting maybe in things like LAD? You know, sometimes you can put so much money in LAD that people don't have money when they come to borrow. So that regulation bit is an assurance to our members that actually the SACCO, they can trust the SACCO, because somebody else is looking out on their behalf. Now, allow me to go back to the history of TEMBO SACCO.
Yes.
TEMBO SACCO is quite has been around for quite some time. It was started in 1972
Yes.
by the employees of EABL, East African Breweries.
Yes.
And for many years, up to the year around the year 2010, that is when we opened up for other people who are not necessarily members of EABL to join.
Yes.
And since that time, we've seen tremendous growth because people saw value in the SACCO and they actually really came in. So by that time, we were less than 1,000 members.
Yes.
Today, we are almost 7,000 members. So you can see, we celebrated 50 years anniversary just the other day in 2022. So the SACCO has been around for quite some time. Yeah.
Oh, very good. Do you have any corporate social responsibility as a TEMBO SACCO?
Oh, yes, we do. A very, very exciting project.
Yes.
If some of you remember, we have a community in Kenya called, they are like Samburu Masai. They are based in Laikipia, a place called Dondo. And we went there and found a very needy community.
Mm-hmm.
We picked some of their children and we've been able to take them to school, that is good boarding schools.
Yes.
We couldn't get proper schools there, so we had to move them from there to some better schools, not very far away from them because we didn't want them to get a very big cultural shock.
Yeah.
But we got nice boarding school in a town called Narumoro, boarding school, and we've since been educating them and basically taking care of all their needs. We also support the home. We have done for them. The water was a big problem. Their home, that area, there is human-animal conflict. The elephants could just pass, by the home. So we did fence for them, put a gate, put up for them a water tank. Mm-hmm. And currently we are actually in discussion with partners to see whether we can drill a borehole for the community because we realize that water is a huge problem. So we have adopted that home and we've been working with them. Besides that, we also participate a lot in tree planting initiatives, just looking at the climate change issues, they are of big concern. And so we participate in that. We help people buy seedlings, and on certain days we do the tree planting. So basically those are the two social CSR activities that we've been engaged in so far. And we are moving on. As we continue to grow, we'll continue taking in more children, because we realized that was the best way to change a community, by allowing those kids to have access to education.
Very good. The other question I have is, you mentioned ATM cards and bank accounts. How is your data privacy policy as a company? And then without giving too much information, how is the gender balance and what can be done to alleviate any disparities that are there? Do you have more men or more women? Because a few years ago, I used to hear women are the ones who are driving the chamas. Actually, out of 10 chamas, I would say like 70-80% of members, most members, both in the US and also back home, are women. What are you doing as a company? Is it an issue here in the US? Is it a cultural issue? Is it you attended an international conference? Does that happen in US SACCOs or credit unions? And then the other question is SACCO. What is the full meaning of the word SACCO?
SACCO.
Many
Okay.
questions, but feel free.
Yes, I will answer all of them. The
Yeah.
meaning of the word SACCO is savings
Savings.
and credit cooperative societies limited.
Correct. Yes.
Yes, so it is all about mobilizing savings from people.
Yes.
And once you have the savings, then you give it back to them as credit.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. Reason because we all don't need credit at the same time. So I can use money from Lucy, Sam, George, and the other person and give it to Jane, who will be paying back slowly. And then at the same time, I'm still collecting more savings. So you will be able to keep giving to such people. Today, TEMBO SACCO has mobilized savings amounting to about 4 billion Kenya shillings.
That's a lot.
Again, that need to be converted into dollars.
It's
And we have issued out the same amount to people as credit. So you can see that is what a SACCO is actually all about. Interesting on the issue of gender, because of the nature of TEMBO SACCO, like I mentioned, was started by employees of East African Breweries, EABL. And those days, it happens that because of the nature, the factory nature of EABL, I think more than 3/4 of their employees were men. It's only recently that they've had a policy to make sure that there is that gender equality.
Yes.
And they've really been taking in more ladies. So for quite a long time, our SACCO seemed to have more men than ladies.
Okay.
But when we opened up, women see these opportunities very fast. And because they are already having their own chairmans here and there, they are able to quickly see the opportunity and grab. And I would say today, when I look at it, we are almost 40, 60, you know? Yeah, 40 ladies, 60 men. So we still got more men, but from the look of things, the ladies might overtake them soon.
Yes, I see that happening. Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Very good. Very good. The other question is, do you have some model classic stories, both here in diaspora and also back at home, without giving too much information like the names or whatever, like something you can really tell me, this person from Michigan or Louisiana came and borrowed this money, 20 billion or whatever. Do you have any classic stories?
Oh, yes, we do have. We also publish a magazine where we put those success stories with the people's permission, of course.
Yeah.
And you had asked me something about data privacy.
Yes.
Data privacy has now been enacted as a rule in Kenya.
Yes.
We actually busy doing the policies and just making sure that we take care of personal data issues by our design.
Yes.
We are currently doing that. We are engaging law firms to actually help us. In TEMBO, we have done that. And we are making sure that our institution complies by design. And this is to assure our members or our members to be that your information in TEMBO SACCO is treated with utmost confidence.
Yes.
You don't need to worry that it will leak out somehow.
Yes.
We make sure that your information is very, very, very confidential. Of course, that the penalties are huge if personal information gets into wrong hands.
Yes.
Yeah, and the government of Kenya is very serious about this. So we can assure you that your data with us is very private and it's treated as such. That said, we have quite a number of success stories, both at home and even in diaspora. Actually, just the other day, I had a member who is from Michigan, and this member has worked with us a journey for some time, and he was putting up something in Kiambu. We all can identify with Kiambu,
Yes.
and we funded him to do a flat. So the other day he came to open his flat, and he was so happy. He came by Tembo and was asking me, Lydia, why can't you come to Michigan and just meet my friends and tell them about the SACCO? He was so excited, so excited. Back at home, the stories are endless, and that's why we put them in a magazine. People sharing their success stories just to show you what the SACCO can be able to do. And I really want to urge people listening to me today to really take that advantage. There are still good institutions there, TEMBO being one of them, doing tremendous work in terms of empowering people to achieve their dreams. And that is what we do in TEMBO SACCO. We help you, we work with you. And one day, even if you're in diaspora and you plan to return home, you can have something to come back to. And you don't have to have the fears that might I lose my money. No, this is me. Your money is well taken care of. And besides that, your money is earning you very good return. So it keeps increasing. It keeps increasing. And that is something that we really are very proud of. Very, very proud of. That we do keep our word. Whatever information I share with you today, tomorrow you come, you will not hear a different story. It is consistent. It is consistent, and you can actually be able to trust TEMBO SACCO. You can be able to, to trust us because we are very authentic, very authentic. Yeah, thank you, Sam.
Very good. The other question I have for you is, apart from the loans or the credit you're offering to your clients or members,
Yes.
what other services, since you mentioned it's a social, it has more of a social structure, what other services or benefits can I benefit from, or can someone benefit from being a member of SACCO?
Yes, we do have other services, and I would want to say that we are big in terms of financial education.
Yes.
Most our academic training doesn't train us on financial management. Mostly we'll be trained on the skills that we need to get the jobs that we do on a daily basis. But how you use the money that you get, it is more or less assumed that you know, and you know that is not true. So you find that most people leave college, they get jobs, they get money, and the first few years, later on, they can't quite even tell what they did with the money. And the gap is that the fact that nobody really came through to train them about financial management. So we are big on that. Every year, every month, we do run a class on different topics. We do it on every Thursday of the month. And for our diaspora members, because of the time difference, because we do it from 3 to 4 online on the last Thursday of the month, what we do, we record and we send our members who may not be within our time zones. And this has really had a tremendous effect on people's choices and even ability to spend and to manage their finances very well. Other than just financial, we also look at other topics of interest. Like now, from the month of March till now, we are continuing. We are looking at legal issues that affect you as a member. And we have a lawyer, we have engaged a lawyer who is carrying out the training for free to our members, just telling them what are your rights, what are your obligations, have you been able to organize your estate, this is what you need to do. Because sometimes we find when a member is deceased, sometimes you find issues coming up because they didn't organize themselves. And sometimes the family may even lose on the properties that person had because that person never did any will, that person never filled any nominee form like we demand in the SACCO. And so even determining whose money is that really takes time. So we educate them on such matters. So in TEMBO, we are big when it comes to educating our members. We feel a more educated member is better. Of course, we also link you up to other investments as our member, because we don't believe in just savings. If you keep just saving the money today, money loses value.
Yes.
And though we will give you a return that covers for inflation, the idea is not just to cover inflation, but we want you also to be able to invest that money so that your money keeps growing. So we say, save with us, borrow 5 times what you have saved. We will give you money. We even have products that we give you up to 80 months, that's 15 years. Take that money and go and invest it so that it keeps growing. As you invest it, then you will be able to pay our loan back. And as you pay back our loan back, at the end of the day, you will have a property that will carry you maybe to your old age and you pass on to your children. So we really educate people on investment. We have sister companies that do the investments. TEMBO SACCO does not, and it is not allowed by law to go into things like land buying. So we partner. We have TEMBO Ventures, which is now our sister cooperative. Right now, they even have houses that they are selling. We have TEMBO Investment. So we have other sister cooperatives who now do the real estate investments. As a SACCO that is regulated, we are not allowed to do that by law, but we are able to link you up with our sister cooperatives who are able to do that, whom we can forge for because we know that they are authentic. Besides that, we still also partner with other individuals who could be doing a good job in the real estate. So we link you up and we tell you, this one we think is a good investment. And we can even fund you to do it, but we don't do those investments ourselves. Yeah, those are the other add-on services that we have.
Very good. Do you have anything or any benefits in terms of like medical insurance or life insurance or benevolence? Like someone has lost their loved ones, maybe you help them transition during death and that kind of thing, or no?
Yes, we sure do. In fact, I would want to encourage you to visit our website.
Yes.
We have partnered with CIC
Yes.
Insurance to give benevolent cover for all our members. So in case we lose a beloved one, or even we lose a member, the insurance is able to extend a helping hand through the SACCO. Of course, the person doesn't see the insurance company, they see the SACCO.
Yes, okay.
But we are able to do that. Besides that, the loans that we extend to our members, they are all insured against death and permanent disability, meaning that when our member passes on, we are able, the insurance pays off that loan, and then we are able to give back to the family or the beneficiaries of that member whatever savings that person had saved with us. So we have that. We have also partnered with CIC to give other medical care. We have what they call corp care, again, which is offered only to cooperative members for medical insurance. So since we do partner with other partners to get the services they offer, because as we are good in credit, savings and credit,
Yes.
so we make sure we partner with experts in other fields who do their best, who know their job best, and our members are able to get those services. So yes, we do have those services.
Okay, for the diaspora, how are you able to check our credit reference? Do you guys use the CRBs?
Yes, we do back in Kenya.
Yes, okay. For the person in diaspora, how are you able to do that, and how does it work?
Okay.
It's a new concept in the diaspora, because we don't know how it works, how you collect how the CRB collects data for a person in diaspora, but you can proceed on.
Okay. And now, when you are in diaspora, we may not be able to use our Kenyan CRB to appraise you.
Yes.
Or appraise your loan application when you do apply. But remember, we said that being in a SACCO, it's a journey where we partner with you as a member.
Yes.
So we've been walking a journey with you. For me to give you a loan, you must have at least been with the SACCO for 6 months, contributing consistently during the 6 months. So you are beginning to build a history with us, and most of the people will not have accumulated enough money to get a loan in 6 months.
Correct.
Yeah, so you'll find many people have worked with us 1 year, 2, 3, 4 years, and we can be able to see their financial discipline.
Yes.
If they are the kind who contribute this month, then they jump 5 months, come back, we know that one is a no-no already, because it means that when we give them a loan, they will do the same. They will be paying this month, and then they stay for 4 months and pay the 5th, and that is a problem. So what we do, we will look at your history with us.
Yes.
Second, of course, we'll check your capacity to be able to pay the loan that you are requesting for.
Correct.
And by this, we will ask you for your bank statements.
Correct.
Your bank statement back here.
Yes.
And by looking at your bank statement, we are able to tell a lot. We can tell quite a lot. And that is largely what we use.
Nice.
And finally, all the loans in a SACCO are secured. By law, we are not allowed to do unsecured loans.
Yes.
So people secure loans in 2 ways. One is through guarantorship, and that is largely possible with people who are within the country because they know each other, others work together, so they easily guarantee each other loans.
Yes.
You in diaspora, you may not have that advantage because you are far off.
Yes.
So we also use collateral security,
yes.
Meaning that you may have bought a property somewhere, which we can charge.
Yes.
And once we charge it, then you are able to get credit against that charge.
Correct.
And you can do that and keep taking loans with that kind of a property. And that is what I see largely people in diaspora doing. So we charge a property and it starts in for you, meaning that you also need to pay back that loan, because if you don't, then you may end up losing that property. So
Correct.
that is how we secure our loans.
Very good.
Yes.
One of my final questions would be, how easy is it to become a member of TEMBO? Could you simplify it, break it down, and also what documents do you need from our end? Do they need to be notarized? Do they need to be mailed? Do you guys have a money transfer company you prefer your diaspora clients to use? Or do you have a bank account here in the US? Or you prefer money being wired directly to TEMBO account?
Thank you. It's very easy, Sam, to join TEMBO SACCO.
Yeah.
All you need is to fill our membership application form,
yes.
Which is actually there at the website.
Okay.
once you fill that, you need to attach your photo, we need to have your image, you need to attach either your passport or your ID, if you still have the Kenyan ID with you.
Yes.
Our systems are connected to the government system IPRS, so we are able to confirm your identity.
Yes.
We also require your KRA PIN certificate. So once you send us that, you pay a registration fee of Kenya shilling 2,000 or about $150, and you are a full member. And the good thing is nowadays we are we have really adopted technology.
Yes.
You are doing all those things at the comfort of your desk, wherever you are, even those in Kenya. If you come to our banking hall, it's very empty because people no longer just come physically.
Yes.
So you do all that, you scan, send us back through our email, and immediately we work on it and we feed you back. And we tell you, this is your membership number, these are our bank details. We still receive our money through Cooperative Bank.
Yes.
Largely because Cooperative Bank, being a bank for many cooperatives, tends to understand cooperatives. So we give you the details and you are able to wire the money. Now, the good thing again with technology is that once you've wired the money, comes and hits your account, you can actually go into members portal and check your statement at any time.
Correct.
Did my money come through? Other than that, we also send you your statement every end of month. So you never feel like you're far away, because that our communication, and we are also very visible. You can actually see, I sent this money, it was received, I can see it in my statement. So that guarantees you that your money got to us at the right time and you were able to do what you wanted it done. And
Yes.
other than that, we also give you what we call a relationship manager.
Yes.
This is a person you can reach out to at any time whenever you need anything. So you never feel like, sometimes big institutions, you tend to feel like you can be lost in there. No,
Correct.
we give you somebody to work with you. You can ask them any question. And if you don't mind, we have a diaspora group for our members, those who wish.
Correct.
We don't put everyone. And we have a WhatsApp group for them, which
Yes.
is now easy to put in any question they have. And we have a number for diaspora where they can ask any question.
Yes.
And we are able to answer very, very fast.
Very good. And the monthly contribution is how much?
The minimum is that is like $76.
Yes.
That is Kenya shillings 1,000. That is really the minimum. But you can put as much as your plan is.
Yes.
You can put as much. Remember, this is money you can also get back when you need it.
Correct. Yes.
So you can make us your investment in terms of just putting money with us. And you know that I plan to come back to Kenya maybe some years. I want to find my money somewhere safe where it has also really grown. And you are able to see this growth all year by year as we give you back the return. So it's really a good thing to be involved in. It's very good. Save money with us, get credit, even if you don't intend to get credit, just by putting your money there somewhere where it's growing at a higher rate than the inflation.
Correct.
It's a nest. It's a safety net for the future, because we also don't know what will happen into the future. Yeah, and that is what TEMBO SACCO offers you.
Yes, and how easy is it to terminate the relationship with TEMBO
SACCO? Yeah, it's always important to know it's a voluntary. Remember, TEMBO SACCO is voluntary membership. So at any time, people are free to come in. They are also free to leave. And to terminate your relationship, all you need to do is write to us either an email, tell us, I want to terminate the relationship with TEMBO SACCO, for whatever reason. And usually we will tell you, for the money you saved with us, we would want a 60 days notice.
Correct, yes.
And we usually say that because we don't want you to withdraw money to just put it in a project you've not thought through.
Correct.
We want you to have thought through, because you may have contributed and saved money, this money for a period of 10, 20 years, for a long time. So
Correct.
we also, we don't do the 60 days because we don't have the money. We have the money.
Yes.
But we do it because we really want to make sure that that money, you take it to a place that you've really thought through.
Correct.
So after 60 days, we return to you the funds. But if you really, really need that money, like today,
Yeah.
we can still pay you back that money, but with certain conditions.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Remind
Yes.
us the website of TEMBO, and also share your contact information for your listeners who are listening tonight.
Yes. Our website is www.TEMBO SACCO, that is one word, TEMBO, and then SACCO, tembosacco.co.ke.
Very good. And your phone contacts, or your...
Yes, my phone contact, you can reach me with it. Even while I'm here through the WhatsApp, it is 254
Yeah.
722
Yes.
222 701.
So 254 222 701.
Yes.
And your email?
My email is Lydia, LYDIAH,
Yes.
.Mungai, MUNGAI,
Yes.
at TEMBO SACCO. TEMBO SACCO is one word.
Yes.
.co.ke.
.ke. All right.
Yes.
Thank you very much joining us tonight. We'll have another Zoom meeting tomorrow
Yes.
from 8 o'clock.
Yes.
And pretty much will be the same information sending, but we'll also remind people and give them enough time to log in. But otherwise, thank you very much for your time. Enjoy
Yes.
the rest of your stay in New York, and you tell us more about New York, hopefully tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Sam, for having me this evening. To have a good night. Let's see each other tomorrow.
Asante sana. God bless. Thank you.
God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.